This is the story of what happens when the greatest quarterback in NFL history decides a YouTube star needs to be put in his place, publicly, repeatedly, and without apology. Tom Brady is 48 years old, retired from the NFL, working as a Fox Sports broadcaster, and still not done competing. And when Logan Paul started talking, Brady made sure the whole world understood exactly what was coming on March 21st in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. To understand why this feud hit the way it did, you have to understand who these two people actually are before they ever stepped into the same conversation. Tom Brady retired from professional football in February 2023, after a brief unretirement that reminded everyone he still had something left. 7 Super Bowl championships, 2 decades of operating at a level most NFL players never reach once, let alone sustain across an entire career. The man spent years verbally dismantling his own teammates, Gronkowski and Julian Edelman among them, just to extract every last drop of performance from people who were already elite. That's not a rumor. Brady himself confirmed it, and treated it as a completely normal standard of operation. Logan Paul, on the other side of this, is not some random internet personality with no athletic background. He played high school football. He stepped into a boxing ring with Floyd Mayweather in 2021 and went the distance in an exhibition that the entire sports world tuned into. He competes in WWE at a level that demands serious physical conditioning, and as the host of Impulsive, one of the most listened to podcasts in the world, Paul has built a platform that gives him access to virtually anyone he wants to put in front of a microphone, which is exactly how Tom Brady ended up in this situation to begin with. Paul invited Brady onto Impulsive to promote the Fanatics Flag Football Classic, a 5-on-5 flag football event set for March 21, 2026 at the Kingdom Arena in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, running as part of the Riyadh Season Entertainment Initiative. The format is round-robin matchups played on a 50-yard field with 20-minute halves, mixing current and former NFL stars with global entertainers and celebrities. The plan for the podcast appearance was straightforward promotional banter, 2 high-profile names generating buzz for a high-profile event. What Logan Paul got instead was a warning. Brady didn't arrive at that conversation looking to be charming. "I'm actually a little worried for you," he told Paul. "You're a good athlete, but these guys are on another level." And then, just to make sure there was no ambiguity about how seriously he was treating this thing, Brady added that he was glad Paul was finally going to participate in like a competition that matters. That line landed hard, and it was designed to. Every athletic venture Logan Paul has undertaken before this moment, the boxing, the WWE, the exhibitions, Brady filed under entertainment. What's coming on March 21st in Brady's framing is something different, something that actually counts. And that still wasn't everything Brady had to say. He went back to his own history with Gronkowski and Edelman, 2 of the most accomplished offensive weapons in NFL history, and used them as a measuring stick. Brady warned Paul that dropped passes would earn him the exact same treatment those 2 received, telling Paul he'll "mother F you like I did Edelman and Gronk." None of that came across as a retired man trying to stay relevant. That's Brady transmitting the same competitive signal he sent for 20 years in professional football, and making absolutely clear the channel is still open. Logan Paul had options at that point. He could have absorbed the warning, acknowledged that Brady has a point about the gap between entertainment athletics and NFL-level competition, and let the football field on March 21st do the talking. Instead, Paul posted a video of himself replicating Saquon Barkley's famous hurdle move and captioned it with 5 words aimed directly at Brady. "The NFL is cute." Now, the athletic ability on display in that video is genuine. Paul's high school football background is real. His conditioning is legitimate. Going the distance with Floyd Mayweather in 2021 is not something a person does without serious physical preparation. None of that is in dispute, and Brady never said it was. But calling the NFL cute to the man who won 7 Super Bowls is a specific kind of provocation, and it invites a specific kind of response. Brady's response came in 8 words. 8. "You know we're not playing flag gymnastics, right?" When the greatest quarterback in NFL history needs fewer than 10 words to make his point, the exchange is functionally over. But what makes that response so effective isn't just the brevity, it's the precision. Brady didn't attack Paul's athleticism, he redirected it. Doing Saquon Barkley's hurdle move in a social media video is impressive in one context and completely irrelevant in another, and Brady identified exactly which context March 21st belongs to. 8 words weren't the end of it. Brady followed up with a longer statement that, in some ways, landed even harder than the initial response. "I hope people understand the level of competition this game is going to be," he wrote. "If you're on my team, you're going to be locked in, all out, and we're going to not just win, but dominate." And then came the line that did the most damage of anything Brady has said in this entire exchange. "I do think Logan Paul has the right attitude and the effort will be there. How far that gets him will remain to be seen." That's a more sophisticated dig than anything that came before it, and the reason is simple. Pure trash talk dismisses someone entirely, and dismissal is easy to shake off.
What Brady did instead was acknowledge Paul's attitude and effort as genuine, and then position the gap between those qualities and actual NFL-level competition as something that good intentions can't close on their own. Brady didn't say Paul was incapable. Brady said the field will answer that question, and his tone made clear he already knows what that answer looks like. Brady also went on record comparing the Fanatics Flag Football Classic directly to the Pro Bowl, the NFL's own All-Star game, which has accumulated years of criticism for being a low-stakes, low-effort exhibition that players and fans alike treat as an obligation rather than a competition. Brady calling his flag football event in Saudi Arabia more competitive than what the NFL itself puts on as its marquee exhibition tells you everything about his mindset heading into March 21st. This isn't a retirement farewell lap. Brady is showing up to win. And Brady isn't carrying this fight alone. Former NFL running back Le'Veon Bell entered the conversation without any promotional incentive to do so, posting a sarcastic NFL Draft Combine clip aimed directly at Logan Paul. Bell has nothing to sell here and no event to promote, which makes his involvement a signal rather than a strategy.